Hey, welcome on the next video. On this video, I would like to show you the decision tree. This is how I call it. The decision tree, how you qualify your customers and how you find out what actually they need or want or who they are so you can customize the message. As you've seen on the previous videos, I use paper actually. So you can do it basically on your own computer. You can use like workflow tools like Microsoft Visio or any alternative. It's basically all about building trees and a lot of them. The basic tree is like with one question, do you have the fun page? And the answer is either yes or it's no. And that's it. And then you have one content for the person that has the that has the fun page, and then the other person that doesn't. So this can be that simple. If you want to do it a bit more complex, and build like 3 levels in the workflow that you are joining right now, we had like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had up to 6 levels. So this was going back and forth. This was going back and forth, and this was quite complex. But what I would like to share you for your beginning with this customization is keep it simple. You can keep it with 3 levels. So then the first level would be: do you have the fun page? Yes, no. And then how many funds do you have, like below 500, below 5,000, between 5,000 and 50, above 50, and then you, let's say, have a different message for each one of them. During the implementation, so if you are drawing this stuff, I'm usually drawing this on the floor so I can play with these cards. And I'm not using computer for a couple of reasons, because it's quite actually challenging to do it. You will start moving these questions around. So this is a very simple example, but if you would like to go into details, then you will find out that these questions will be a bit more complex. You will play with them. You will have a couple of versions of the same question. So I just decided to move it to the paper and not to Microsoft Visio or the tools like Motion AI, which has exactly the graphical interface to build this kind of workflows. What is helping me out a lot in case of this drawings and this piece of papers is the tagging of the question. So to actually find a way up, if for example you are lost and you are at this question, to find a way up to to like 1 or 2 levels above, what I have came up with, and I don't know maybe you will figure it out something better, but I'm tagging the question. Like this is question Q1, and then the answer to this question is beginning exactly as the question that I am asking. So this is Q1.1 and Q1.2, and now I'm going to question Q1.1, and this question has 3 options. So these 3 options are having exactly the same beginning, like Q1 1.1, then Q1.1.2, then Q1.1.1.3. And what will happen next is actually the other questions or like statements. So here, let's say I would have 5 videos. Yeah, this is what you would see. 5 videos, like video 1, video 2, video 3, video 4, video 5. And these videos I would tag with exactly this on the piece of paper. I would tag it with this number, so I can know that actually the person answered first question yes, and then the second question first option. Yeah. So this is simplifying, and when you are moving this stuff into chat fuel, so in Motion AI you don't have this problem, but when you are moving, but I mean, I tried it and it's really suck. I still prefer chat fuel, and the way how to structure that in chat fuel, I'm just naming these questions exactly as they are named here. So I'm the beginning of the box is starting with this one, so I can quickly relate where this question is and how to change it. For example, if I edit the question or edit the answer, I simply know, okay, this is Q1.1.3, and these are the people that have the fun page that is above 50,000 people. Then if I want to edit this one, I know that this is exactly the group that I'm referring to. Yeah. And in the chat fuel, you below the in the option that you can select, you can refer to the answer. So it's kind of very similar. It's like copy pasting the workflow that is possible in the chatbots, and I'm just preparing this on the board. I actually preparing this on the floor because attaching to the wall is kind of hard because you cannot easily move these pieces. And doing this on the floor, it's much easier because it's not attached to anything. Maybe like a sticky board. Whatever, you guys, you will figure it out. But what I would just advise you is this tagging, yeah, and thinking about these groups that are here on the bottom, yeah. So you can customize your message to these groups that have particular tags. This is really beginning because in the later stages, what is possible is basically tagging this, tagging every single answer of the user, and then sending the message to people that have particular tag. And this is spectacular because if you think, it's not like going from the top to the bottom. It's like it's not like here. So from the top to the bottom, you just select, okay, I want all people that answered to question 1 answered that, and to question 6 answered something else. And then you approach just them. It's kind of much more complex if you think about this. But on the other side, if you think about a new testimonial that you got from a person that has a particular, that can be tagged in a particular way, you don't need to send this testimonial to all the people, so they will feel, okay, this is not for me, and this page is actually throwing at me something what is not important. You can send this just to people that have tags that are suggesting that this testimonial will fit them. You know what I mean? It's kind of like thinking about your friends. So if you have the message, think about friends that would like to get this message. And this is kind of very similar in case of your fan page. And if you have, I don't know, even like 500 people or 5,000 or 50,000, and you have tags and something new comes into your mind, you immediately will know who should get it first. Yeah? And the problem with the messenger is that people can switch you off. So you either prepare something really for them and they see, okay, this is really, really for me, because the person that have sent it to me kind of thought about this. So the beginning is the initial segregation that probably you can do quite quickly. But what you need to keep in mind is this tagging of people, yeah? Tagging of people long term, and how to use the strategy of tagging. how to be so relevant and relate to what they have answered you, or relate to the information they have given you in the past. To be honest, for me, this is like a mind blowing. It was kind of like at the beginning of the Facebook, where Facebook was allowing to investigate what kind of likes do you have. So you could kind of send a message to the people that had particular likes, or it has not survived due to the personality reasons. But here in this workflow, you are allowed to use it, because this is actually the information that this person have given you and only you. So likes are not always relevant to your message. So sometimes yes, sometimes not. But I think likes are not that strong, because likes are not putting perspective of, not taking perspective of your message into account. So if you are in the weight loss business, you probably have people that have a weight loss problem after they got pregnant or after delivery. And these are totally different people that have been overweight for like 20 years. You know what I mean? So, and then the testimonial about your client that lost a lot weight with your program, you can just send the testimonial from the weight loss after the delivery just to your funds that actually are in this situation. And just, you can throw everything at your wall, of course. I mean, this is what you do, and I mean, I'm not saying you should not do it. I'm just thinking about your messenger bot strategy, how you can use this messenger bot for yourself, and how to actually be really relevant to your messenger bot customers. And I think so little people are doing this. This is so new, and I think it's just the beginning. It will be mind-blowing. You will see in like couple of years times, tagging and personalized messages, it will be everywhere. So the quicker you start, the quicker you get the audience, and they will just love you. They will, be relevant to one person at a time. Yeah, so it was a bit longer than I thought, but these are my thoughts, and I hope you enjoy this. I hope you will build your own trees. This is where you start. You start with trees to segregate, to do basic segregation. But when creating trees, think about the tagging and think about how you use the tagging in the future for your fan pages. Yeah. So thank you very much. All the best, and see you on the next video.